BETA-AGONIST? I hardly even know her! This just came in. Random YouTuber beaten to death over a single joke. Audience overreaction or well-deserved reaction? Stay tuned to learn more. What comes to mind when you hear the words BETA-AGONIST? Probably something like this, or maybe even this. And it ain't like you're wrong. I mean, man managed to get killed twice. Witnesses deem it to be his own dumbass fault. But let me be straight up and tell you what they actually are. They are technically classified as medications for bronchial asthma and COPD, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. They're inhalers. Now you might be sort of confused. People like me and possibly you as well, who have or had asthma, it makes sense. Yeah, we sort of need this stuff or we might eat our last yaw and wake up on the other side. But a professional athlete, if they don't have asthma, why the hell would they use them? If anything, those guys should have crazy capable respiratory muscles, which in fact they do. Don't let the fact that they're inhaling this shit fool you. Salbutamol is one of many beta-agonists you'd find on the WADA ban list. Let me break down what a beta-agonist even does. They increase the sensitivity of your beta-adrenergic receptors. Buddy, you can't just say these complicated words and expect me to understand. What the fuck is a beta-adrenergic receptor? Listen, all you gotta know and all I even understand is that their job is to signal the sympathetic nervous system and deal with cardiovascular, pulmonary, and metabolic responses. You just did it again, you just say shit. Basically, they're like the Air Force who, when confronted with a threat, alert their CO to get permission to respond appropriately. So, when you take beta-agonists, it's like you've given everyone on base crack. And since guess what? Your sensitivity to adrenaline goes up. At the same time, you'll lock in since your bronchial smooth muscles relax. You did it again, man. How am I supposed to know what you're saying? The bronchial smooth muscle is a part of the pipeline that connects the outside air to your alveoli, where gas exchange occurs. It's sort of important when it comes to breathing. When someone experiences an asthma attack, what happens is the smooth muscle spasms out, which constricts the airway, making it harder or impossible to breathe. So if I was an athlete in a high stakes competition, if I inhale 4 tons of salbutamol, not only do I benefit more from the adrenaline coursing through my veins, all my systems are online, I'm locked the fuck in, and my competition is cooked. My bronchial muscles now aren't at a risk of decreasing in diameter, whether it would be from exercise-induced asthma or not. Oxygen is getting into my body, it's reaching my muscles, it's meeting the increased demands from said muscles, and it's upping my performance. Now, obviously, let's say you have asthma and you compete. They aren't going to take away your medicine. That's pretty fucked up if they do, but do keep in mind there is a legal limited amount that you can have circulating within your body before they decide to kick your ass out. You guys might recall hearing why Mike Tyson ran at the ass crack of dawn.
You out running 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning and not later in the day, or why do fighters do that?
Because I don't want to do it. I mean, you have to discipline yourself to do things that you don't want to do.
Why so many pro athletes have little mantras or rituals they follow. When you reach that pedigree in a sport, everything you do to get an edge over your opponents becomes fair game. To an extent, I still can't believe what the fuck I'm reading, man. Reading up on this sort of stuff reminds me of when I hear people microdosing their own feces, like, please, brother, please just stop while you're still human. Okay, so I hope we know what beta-agonists are now. I guess it's pretty easy to assume that beta blockers are the opposite. Well, you'd be sort of right. You see, beta blockers are banned in specific sports, where having an elevated heart rate and an assload of adrenaline can actually be a bad thing.
Step back and literally f your own face! Scorched earth mother I will massacre you! I will f you up!
You know those beta-adrenergic receptors I was talking about earlier? They basically shut them off, and they prevent norepinephrine from binding. Norepinephrine, alongside epinephrine, are the hormones involved with your fight-or-flight response, in case you were wondering. You know, beta blockers are actually meant to treat hypertension, but hey, fuck the original purpose behind any of these drugs I've talked about in this series. Let's fucking win! If it can make it so I'm more likely to win, why the hell not? Is a mindset a lot of these athletes end up adapting. And with that, I must bid ye farewell. It was even shorter than my already pretty short video, since I can only really cover these substances at a surface level, as that's where my current education is at right now. Also, my brain, at most, has 4 slots available at a time. Any more, and I risk forgetting my own name. So then I guess it makes it 3 slots. But then I have to remember what I'm gonna have for dinner. So then I guess it's really 2 slots. Oh wow, the weather really is great. Okay, alright, I guess I only really have 1 thought. What if I told you both men and women biologically produce estrogen? Oh, ew, what the fuck? Cooties, ew! What if I also told you your body is actually preventing your muscles from becoming bigger? What? How dare you? If you're at all curious, make sure to stick around, since next time that's what I'll be covering. Hormone and metabolic modulators.